evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. Tonight, Yellow Book sponsors the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series with 5-division racing, and at this time we are about to get underway with our opening ceremonies. We ask that each and every one of you who are seated please rise at this time, and gentlemen, remove your caps. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, please pause with us, as we will have an invocation delivered tonight from super late model driver John Messenger, and a live performance of our national anthem by Camry Uhazy. At this time, we turn the microphone over to John Messenger.
Please bow your heads. Lord, we thank you for this beautiful evening and the freedom that you give us. Lord, please watch over all the drivers, crews, and fans, both on the track and on their way home. Lord, protect all those in the United States and those who are fighting for us over across. In your holy and precious and loving name, we beg you please. Amen.
And now please remain standing for our national anthem by Camry Uhazy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to Camry Uhazy and to John Messenger, the driver of the Cochran Construction Auto Trim number 51. And now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? It's Yellow Book night at the races, and the Yellow Book Chargers are up first. Each winner is car 34, Aaron Minjock from Greenock, Pennsylvania. 6 laps the distance, green flag is out. Yellow Book Chargers heading into turn number 1, nearly 4 wide, still 3 wide. Tracy Keller splitting the 5 of Bill Oldham and the 68 of Ed Neidhart. 3 championship contenders are in this heat race. Leader Matt Gardner in the 7 car, second in the points chase. Jimmy Stokes in the 95 is the points leader. Tracy Keller in the 1, 3 wide again on the front straight. Keller 4th in the championship standings. Light contact there between the 68 of Neidhart and the 95 of Jimmy Sideways Stokes. Stokes, a teammate of leader Matt Gardner on the MAG Racing team. Gardner's car just repaired from a serious crash last Friday. Stokes in car 95 demonstrating why we call him Sideways Stokes, as the crossed flags indicate halfway. 3 laps down, 3 to go. Matt Gardner from Ruffsdale. The Nowak Painting West Side Lube and Tire number 7. Out in front of Jim Connolly, having a great run in car number 2. Connolly with his best showing this season, holding off Stokes and Minjock, 2 of the biggest winners in that fight for second position. Officially at the scoring line, Connolly still held on to second position as we work lap 4. Now drifting up the banking, Stokes takes over the second spot in car 95. Then it's the 34 of Aaron Minjock. Minjock moving up to the street stock division next season, a 3-time winner in 2007 as the white flag waves for Gardner. Gardner is only 3 points behind Jimmy Stokes in the Motordrome Championship chase. Heat races here at Motordrome do award points toward the standings. And out of turn number 4, the MAG Racing teammates in a 1-2 finish. Matt Gardner, after the crash last week, rebounds for a checkered flag over Stokes, Minjock, Conley, and Neidhart. From Evans City, 41 is Al Minjock. The 4 is Mike Lemley, a winner this season from Dawson, Pennsylvania, as the green flag waves. Another 6-lap preliminary heat race for the Yellow Book Chargers here on Yellow Book night at the races, and yellow and black cars lead them. The Keller family, the 13, Denny Keller, has fewer starts this season than his cousins. The 11 of Victor Keller holding the outside lane as they work to lap number 1. Denny will lead it. Bob Garchak Jr. in 3rd spot in car 44. Then the 48 of rookie Ed McConnell from Evans City. Oldsmobiles running 1st and 4th on the racetrack. Denny Keller's 13 car. Oldsmobile Cutlass out in front. Mike Lemley in the red 4 car started last. He's now in the 5th spot, challenging rookie McConnell for 4th on the back straight. Lemley's car number 4 each and every week looks a little bit more like Lightning McQueen from a famous movie you may know, and they're going 3 wide in turn 4. Lemley all the way to the wall. Garchak hangs on to 3rd position as we work lap number 3 of 6. Lemley in the highest possible groove of the speedway in car 4. Still trying to complete a pass for 3rd after taking the 4th spot from McConnell. Denny Keller with a 5 or 6 car length lead over his cousin Victor Keller, and we're 3 wide again out of turn 4. This time Lemley gets the entire car ahead of Garchak to take over 3rd spot. With 2 laps to go, now Ed McConnell moves up a position. Garchak going backwards a couple of positions as McConnell, the rookie, is 4th. Lemley in car number 4 is 3rd on the racetrack and 3rd in the championship point standings. Closing in on Victor Keller for 2nd as the white flag tells Denny Keller he has 1 lap till a heat race victory. The Keller family in Yellow Book Charger competition, 3 cars strong. And the Oldsmobile of Denny Keller dirt tracking through corner number 4 to take the checkered flag for a heat race win over Mike Lemley, who steals the 2nd spot on the last lap from Victor Keller, Ed McConnell, and Roger Bryan. 74, Jason Holder. 69 is Joe Nicola. 64, Bill Henry. 12 is John Greenewalt. 68 is Jamie Shipley, and 48 is Mike Bacalon. Green flag is out. Sean Phillips in car 31. Leading the way in this preliminary event. Phillips is 4th in the championship points chase. Dustin Blank in the 2nd spot, veteran of late model competition, feeling the pressure of the 05 of Adam Kostelnik. Jeff Zellweger has a problem on the front straight out of turn 4. The 18 car is slowed after spinning. See if he can refire that car along the inside retaining wall. And we're going to need the Yellow Book caution flag waving over the speedway for the 18 of Zellweger. 6-inch meatball sub, courtesy of Subway. Now Sean Phillips, Dustin Blank, and Adam Kostelnik lead the field back to the green flag with 7 laps remaining. This 8-lap preliminary event with Sean Phillips out in front, Dustin Blank, then Adam Kostelnik, a 3-car breakaway from the 15 of Jonathan Heilman. Kostelnik challenges for 2nd now as they approach the scoring line. Dustin Blank officially holds on to the 2nd spot on lap number 2 of 8. Now Kostelnik pulling ahead by a full car length into the runner-up position. Sean Phillips in the 31 car is your leader. Phillips suffered in recent weeks from a new brake system installed on that race car, and Working the bugs out of that new braking system cost him a couple of positions in the championship point standings, but working lap number 3, Phillips could be headed for another preliminary heat race win tonight if he can hold off the points leader. Here comes Kostelnik in the Folkmeyer Racing 05 car, door to door in turn number 4, and Kostelnik will be taking the lead at the halfway point of this heat race. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go, and the new leader is Adam Kostelnik, who went to victory lane in 2 different feature events last Friday. Kostelnik on lap 5 of 8 now opens his lead advantage to about 5 or 6 car lengths over Sean Phillips. Jonathan Heilman having his best performance of the season in 3rd spot. He's held off Dustin Blank. Then it's Bill Henry in car 64, the recent winner, holding down 5th position. Challenge for 5th now, Joe Nicola in car 69, moving to the inside of Henry. Both of those drivers feature winners this season. Nicola with several victories as the white flag signals final lap to the field, and into turn number 1, Jonathan Heilman is challenging for 2nd. Joe Nicola completes his pass for 5th, and Sean Phillips is off the pace in car 31. A championship contender slowing, surrendering the runner-up spot to Heilman's 15 car. Falling back to 6th as the checkered flag will wave. Another heat race win for the Stans Transmissions 05 of Adam Kostelnik. Gregory Kelly. The 8 is Dan Lewis from Monongahela. 31 is Mark Catone, the former champion from McKeesport. And points leader Bobby Henry from Connellsville in car number 11, starting last as a 3-time winner this season. Tommy Beck opens up a giant lead at the wave of the green flag in the Benz Motorsports Chevrolet. Battle for 2nd will be Messenger in the 51, who takes that position away from Hemphill on lap 1. Battle on the speedway for 5th position finds 2-time former track champion Mark Catone in 31 under the 44 of Greg Kelly, and just in front of him, Dan Lewis picks up a spot. The 8-car former truck division racer Dan Lewis from Monongahela took last week off. Now he moves up to 3rd position, passing the 18 of Chad Hemphill. Now Bobby Henry, the current points leader in car 11, moving around his protege Gregory Kelly and challenging Mark Catone. Henry in car 11 has been racing NASCAR Super Late Models longer than anybody else in the field. Advancing around the 31 of Catone, and now the 60 of Tom Beck leads lap number 4 by almost a straightaway over John Messenger's 51. Dan Lewis in the 8 is 3rd. Best battle on the track is for 4th. The 18 of Hemphill and the 11 of Henry side by side down the back straight. Henry in the Lint Flooring Stone and Company 11 takes that position away from Hemphill. Working lap number 5 of 10. A huge lead for Tommy Beck in car 60. Riding in the 2nd position, a race car that is for sale. Mr. Consistency, John Messenger. Messenger in the Cochran Construction Auto Trim of Clarksburg, Advance Auto Parts 51. And Dan Lewis in car 8 in the 3rd position, feeling the pressure and a bumper tag from the points leader. Bobby Henry, the Paula Grudo Racing 4, diving to the inside. Out of turn number 4, the fight for 3rd. It will be Bobby Henry by a fender at the scoring line, officially working lap number 7 of 10. Cars single file all the way around the speedway. 2 laps to go, the signal given to Tommy Beck. Beck, who has won at Motordrome Speedway in the modified division as well as the super late model division. He's a former champion at the Jennerstown Speedway in NASCAR Super Late Models, and last week earned the biggest win of his career in the Napa Auto Parts 100. With the white flag in the air, Beck makes the best of a pole position draw for this heat race and outruns the entire field. Challenge could be brewing for second position as they approach the scoring line on the final lap. Taking the checkered flag, Tommy Beck with another heat race win. John Messenger in the 51 will hold on to second spot over Bobby Henry, with Dan Lewis and Chad Hemphill completing the top five. Five is Sean Pilla with 6 heat race wins this season from Connellsville. Veteran Steve Black from Greensburg in the 1. Gary Wiltrout from Somerset in 95. And the 33 is Greensburg veteran John Komarinsky, the opening night winner. Side by side up front, the Office Plus Shop and Save 15 of Todd Price, going door to door with Will Thomas. Thomas has one feature victory here at Motordrome this season. Nearly a dead heat to lead lap number 1. Thomas leads it by inches, now almost and does complete the pass. Will Thomas on the back straight puts the entire Colonial Metal Products number 9 car out in front of Todd Price's Ford. Battle is now for third. The 95 of Gary Wiltrout, the 2002 NASCAR Super Late Model champion at Motordrome, takes the position away from Sean Pilla in car 5. Pilla is third in the championship points chase. Wiltrout is second in the standings. Both of those drivers now challenging the Frankie Day Oldies Show number 15 of Todd Price. Price, the former limited late model driver at the Jennerstown Speedway in his first full season of Motordrome Super Late competition, falling back to third now. Will Thomas in the 9 up front, Gary Wiltrout in second, Todd Price in third, Sean Pilla fourth, and Dave Merrow in the 5th spot. Merrow is 5th on the racetrack and 4th in the championship points chase coming into tonight as we're working lap number 4 of 10. Will Thomas with a huge margin now over Wiltrout's 95 machine. Will Thomas is last season's Mara Championship Series titleist and has won at 6 different speedways in 3 different states. He will reach the scoring line to begin leading lap number 7 over Gary Wiltrout. Wiltrout in the 95 car, a Bobby Henry teammate out of Paula Grudo Motorsports, 3-time winner at Motordrome this season in feature competition. He is gaining quickly on Thomas, but only has 2 more laps to make a challenge. Best battle is for third on the front straight. Todd Price in the 15 car, trying to hold off one of this season's top heat race performers, Sean Pilla in the 5. Both of those drivers fighting for third, seeking a career first feature victory. Pilla with numerous heat race wins on the season, going door to door with Price in turn 4 as the white flag waves. Final time around the half-mile asphalt for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models in preliminary action, and Pilla completes the pass down the back straight, headed for the finish line to win from Sharpsville, Pennsylvania. Will Thomas over Gary Wiltrout, Sean Pilla in third, Todd Price fourth, and Steve Black taking 5th from Dave Merrow on the final lap. Champion Jim Nicola, defending champion Adam Kostelnik in the 60, and John Prabanich driving the 68 machine, the backup car from the Viglione Racing stable. That is John Prabanich in the Kostelnik backup car. Up front, battling wheel-to-wheel rookie Chris Brink in the 3 and Tom Frank in the 6. Then the 9 of Rick Huffman pulls away from 3-wide action. Still wheel-to-wheel, it's Jim Nicola's 5 and Bo Glemba's 99. As Glemba slides through turn 4, he will lose that spot, and another to Kostelnik perhaps, as Adam Kostelnik has taken the inside lane from Glemba. Kostelnik secures the 5th spot behind the 5 of Nicola, who's now fighting for the 3rd position with the 9 of Huffman. Huffman greatly improved in 2007, the American Infidel t-shirt sponsored machine, nearly making contact on lap 2 of 8 as Nicola will advance into the 3rd position. Here comes points leader Adam Kostelnik in the 60. Kostelnik takes position away from the 9. Huffman dropping back just a bit. Meanwhile, up front, it's Chris Brink, the rookie driver from Glen Campbell, Pennsylvania, leading in car number 3. Brink, a former limited late model driver at the Jennerstown Speedway in his first season of open wheel competition, holding off Tom Frank in car 6. Wheel to wheel is the battle for 3rd. 2 former division champions, Kostelnik and Nicola. There was contact in the lead battle that time between the 6 of Tom Frank and Chris Brink as they exited turn number 2. The 3 of Brink looking to lead now lap number 5. And with 3 laps to go, he's got Tom Frank all over his back bumper. Adam Kostelnik has taken away 3rd from Jim Nicola. And we may have a 3-car fight at the front of this field. Brink on the high side of the speedway. Always his preferred line here at Motordrome, but Tom Frank is pulling into the inside lane and into the lead with 2 laps to go. The young driver from the Cleveland, Ohio suburbs in car 6 takes over the point position. Chris Brink is now fighting for 2nd spot with Adam Kostelnik after leading so many laps of this event. Kostelnik, the points leader, slides into the runner-up spot as the white flag signals final lap. A pair of unrelated orange cars at the front of the field. They look very similar. They are not teammates. The 6 of Tom Frank, once a heat race winner this season, now will make it twice by holding off the defending champion Adam Kostelnik for the win with Brink in 3rd, Huffman 4th, Glemba 5th. 04 is Bobby Ship from Elizabeth, PA with 1 win this season. Mike Opolinski in his 2nd start in car 50, and the 97 is George Nicola from Pittsburgh, 2nd in the point standings. Worth mentioning that Lonnie Hoffman's number 58 car out of the Al Civic Racing stable was damaged in hot laps. They are unable to repair that machine for this heat race competition. 34, your leader is Rich Nicola, the Subway Street Stock graduate. A dicey battle for 2nd, the 45 of Bernie McQuillan. He got loose out of turn 4 that time. The 01 of Harry Ofer pinches the car to the bottom and allows Bobby Ship to make the pass for 3rd in the 04 car. Ship has 1 feature victory this season. Ofer has 2 wins, including the biggest race of the year. After starting last, George Nicola in the 97 here on lap 2 has climbed into the 5th position. Nicola's car was also damaged in the Lonnie Hoffman crash in hot laps. Side-by-side battle for 2nd. Bobby Ship in the 04, the Charger Division champion from 2001. Now taking 2nd from McQuillan, and just as quickly he takes the lead away from Rich Nicola. Bobby Ship in the 04 car, the Yellow Book Charger Division graduate, opening up a big lead over Rich Nicola and Harry Ofer. George Nicola's 97 right there in the battle with the 45 of McQuillan. McQuillan's car seems to be ill-handling just a bit after a couple great performances this season. He falls back into the 5th position. Challenge for 2nd now with Ship opening up a huge lead. Rich Nicola and Harry Ofer in the 01 car. The 01 machine, a crate engine out of the J. Yerd chassis stable of Peanuts Eustace. Taking over the position by just half a car length at the scoring line on lap 6. It's Ofer who then makes contact with Rich Nicola. Now Rich Nicola and George Nicola side by side. George in the 97 car, 2nd in the point standings, now 3rd on the racetrack. Closing quickly on Ofer as the white flag waves, final lap. Bobby Ship in the 04 started deep in the field and took the lead. Opens up now a half straightaway margin over a good battle for 2nd with George Nicola looking inside of Harry Ofer. out of turn number 4. Another heat race victory for Bobby Ship. Coming home second, it will be Harry Ofer over George Nicola, Rich Nicola, and Bernie McQuillan. Another veteran from Star Junction, Kevin Ludwig. Defending champion Dan Jordan drives car 32. The 87, we should say. Look at Dan Jordan's 32 car storming through the field as we're looking through the paperwork for some driver changes in this division. Larry Vance took the lead from points leader Andy Giles. Danny Kovalan in turn 4 in the 87 car nearly made contact with the Ludwig 51. Here comes Cody Quarrick in car 9 through the field, the dirt track racing convert. Up front, side by side for the lead, the Ford Tempo of Larry Vance and the Buick number 32 of Dan Jordan, last year's champion. And Andy Giles, the points leader, loses the right front wheel against the outside retaining wall in turn 4. All drivers avoiding that wheel as it rolls to the inside of turn 4. Andy Giles from Vanderbilt, Pennsylvania's Dodge Shadow sits helpless in turn 4. And the points leader will need the assistance of a tow truck. Money, 4-cylinder cars, easy to build and maintain for your maiden voyage around the Motordrome Speedway. Visit our website at motordrome.com to learn how to put together your own American Flyers race car. As Larry Vance holding the bottom of the racetrack, working lap number 1 of 5, and they're just about 3 wide on the back straight. Kovalan in the 87, door to door with Half Hill, both of those drivers in their second start of the season. Cody Quarrick in the 9 looking to make that a 3 wide battle for third. On lap 2, the leaders go door to door. Larry Vance about to lose the point position to the 32 of Jordan. Last year's champion taking over the lead from the longtime veteran. Half Hill now in sole possession of third. Cody Quarrick dives to the inside to take a position from Kovalan, and he will. Quarrick up to 4th in the 9 car. And how about this, race fans? The 9 of Cody Quarrick, a driver who will next year be racing in the NASCAR Super Late Models here at Motordrome Speedway, getting valuable track experience. Quarrick's Dodge Shadow, built just for Motordrome after they competed on dirt with a different car last season. White flag waving for Dan Jordan. He has not escaped the clutches of Larry Vance just yet. We may have a battle for the win. Final time around. Through 3 and 4, Dan Jordan of Connellsville in car 32 on the high side. Larry Vance drifting up, and it will be Jordan taking the checkered flag. Laps for the Yellow Book Chargers on Yellow Book night at the races. Feature is underway. Green flag is out. Mike Lemley and Jim Connolly lead the field into turns number 1 and 2. Lemley in car 4 had an excellent heat race performance. Jimmy Stokes storming into the 2nd position. 13 of Denny Keller alongside the 2 of Connolly. 48 of McConnell sliding into a top 5 spot as well. Connolly's number 2 car in the outside lane. The inside seems to be the fastest way around right now. Gardner in the 7 pulls up even to the door of the 2 of Connolly and quickly is challenging McConnell for 4th. Gardner in car 7 doing some green grass racing in turns 1 and 2 as he's taken the position away from Connolly in the 2, and now door to door with the rookie in car 48. And we got a spin in turn 4. Bob Garchak Jr. in the 44 spins, the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania driver. Stopped in turn number 4. We'll see if we need a caution flag. And the yellow flag is out. Yellow book caution flag waving over the yellow book Charger feature event for the 44 of Bob Garchak Jr. His second. 13 of Denny Keller is third. Matt Gardner in fourth, tied for second in the points chase. Green flag back out, a dozen laps remaining. Mike Lemley holding an advantage of about 2 car lengths over the 95 of Jimmy Stokes. Then about 6 or 8 lengths back to the 13 of Keller. Matt Gardner in the 7 car right there to challenge for third. And Ed McConnell doing a great job as a rookie, holding on to a top 5 spot in car 48. Now a serious challenge for third. Matt Gardner in the 7. Denny Keller in the 13, going door to door down the back straightaway. Both of those drivers may be catching up to the leaders. The MAG Racing team of Stokes and Gardner had a disastrous week last Friday. Trying to rebound from that as Mike Lemley leads the field with 5 of 15 laps completed. Gardner and Keller still wheel to wheel headed down the back straight. Keller fishtails the back end just a little bit and allows Gardner 1 full car length of advantage on the high groove of the speedway in the battle for third. Working lap number 6, the battle for 5th. Aaron Minjock in car 34 has taken the spot away from the 48 of McConnell. Minjock started deep in the field and as a 3-time winner cracks the top 5. Bill Oldham spun briefly in turn 4 but continues on with the 5 machine. Lemley out in front in car number 4. Late 70s version of the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Just behind him, the newer design Monte Carlo SS of the MAG Racing teammates. Sideways, Stokes pounds the outside retaining wall in turn 4. Jimmy Stokes, the points leader after cutting a tire down last Friday night in a non-points event. Riding in second, makes hard contact with the outside retaining wall in turn 4. He still holds on to second spot over his teammate Matt Gardner. Now Aaron Minjock joins the fight, making a high side attempt at the 4th position around Keller's 13 car. Buick Regal is on the move again. Minjock, with 2 recent dominating feature victories, started last tonight and in 9 laps is 4th. Look at this fight for second. The slowing Jimmy Stokes after that outside wall contact, door to door with Gardner in the 7. And Minjock up from the tail of the field, making it a 3-car fight while Mike Lemley runs away with this event, 10 of 15 laps in. Although he's not a championship threat, Aaron Minjock in car 34 is on a roll after 2 consecutive feature victories, starting last tonight. He has passed the heavy hitters and worked his way to the front around Matt Gardner's 7. He is being scored in 3rd, and with perhaps some damage to the Stokes 95 car, he's making an outside lane run on the 2nd position with 3 laps to go. Gardner spinning in car 7 down to the infield grass. If he can maintain speed and get back to the pits, there will be no caution flag. And of course, right now, a caution would benefit Aaron Minjock more than anybody. When we have a yellow on the speedway, Gardner unable to get back to the pits, and Mike Lemley will have a challenge for this win. Gardner for 2nd in the point standings. Green flag out, 3 laps to go. And Mike Lemley in car number 4 pulled away from a couple of different cars when we were last under green. Now with Aaron Minjock in the 2nd position after passing every car on the field but 1. These 2 drivers will likely make a race of it as the Keller family occupying 3rd and 4th spot, still hanging in the top 5. An excellent run for the rookie Ed McConnell in car 48. 2 laps to go. Gardner from the rear of the field trying to gain points on Mike Lemley, the leader. Stokes in the 95 with points in mind and a championship on the line, returning to action with 2 to go. And now the white flag comes out. Lemley in car 4 with his smallest lead of the event on the final lap. Minjock's Buick Regal came from the rear of the field to second. Can he make one more pass for a 3rd straight win? Mike Lemley tied for second in the championship points chase. Headed out of turn number 4. It's gonna be a close one, but Mike Lemley takes another checkered flag, getting the win over Minjock. Well, Mike Lemley says, I haven't been here for a while. That's not true. You got a win earlier this season. I don't know if you know what happened, but you are likely the new points leader as a result of the chaos going on behind you. How does that make you feel?
Pretty good. I wasn't worried about points. I told my dad, I said, you know, a points racing and just drive, makes you nervous, makes your nerves crazy. I said, we're going out and we're running a race, and what happens, happens. That's all we can do. So.
At the beginning of this season, this car was noticeably faster. Now it's right at the class of the field. Talk about some of the work you did to this car over the winter.
We basically rebuilt the whole car. My dad and Tracy Keller, without them, we took his car down to nothing but a cage and rebuilt it completely up, everything new. So a lot of hard work.
And tell us now about the sponsors that helped to make this effort possible.
Well, first I want to, my Uncle Chris and Aunt Pat and all them, it's their first time here this year, so this wins for them. They're down here in turn 3, so. But I got to thank Westside Lube and Tire. They've been with us a long time, and I didn't get his lettering done, but you can't beat them guys. I know they give door prizes here and everything. Advent Communications, Bellevue Chassis, Paint by Jose, Howie Bayless Photography. Give Gower Photography too, what the heck. But that's it.
And I understand this is now, help me count, is this your 16th win?
I don't know. I don't like to count. Don't talk about wins.
He doesn't count points and he doesn't count wins, but a great drive tonight for Mike Lemley in car 4. Leader from East McKeesport, 94 is Dustin Blank from Valencia, 64 is Bill Henry from Vandergrift, and the 68 is Jamie Shipley making his 2nd start of the season. Subway Street Stock 20 lap feature underway. Jason Holder in the 74, and Zellweger backs up through the field, makes contact with the 31 of Subway Challenge driver Sean Phillips. Zellweger's 18 car did not come up to power, and terrific driving by the entire field to avoid a disaster. Three-wide battle for the lead. Mike Bacalon in the 48, leading a 3-wide fight for second. Jonathan Heilman dropping back as the meat of the sandwich now. 74, Jason Holder on the top, Joe Nicola on the bottom. An impressive burst out front for the 48 of Mike Bacalon. Working lap number 2 of 20. Joe Nicola has advanced into the 2nd spot. Adam Kostelnik out of nowhere into 3rd. Still side by side, it's Heilman and Holder, with Holder drifting way up the racetrack. He has to lift off the gas. He'll lose 2, maybe 3 positions on the front straight. Advancing, it's the 12 of Greenewalt, the 64 of Bill Henry. Mike Bacalon in car 48 had at one point a 4 car length advantage. Now Adam Kostelnik has passed Joe Nicola for 2nd, and the points leader is closing in quickly on the former modified champion in car 48. Bacalon will lead by only a fender officially at the scoring line as we begin to work lap 4. Kostelnik gets a little sideways. He's getting some rear bumper tags from the 69 of Nicola. 48 of Bacalon is now turning sideways after he cuts across the front bumper of Joe Nicola's 69 car. All sorts of contact up front in the battle for top positions. Lap 5 will be the first scored as Adam Kostelnik out in front. Bacalon in 48, the car owned by the Rich Burbage Racing team out of Newcastle. Bacalon from North Versailles ending his retirement to drive this machine in Subway Street Stock competition. Bill Henry gets into the back of the 15 of Jonathan Heilman. Sparks flying that time through turns 3 and 4. Adam Kostelnik opening up a big lead now. The 69 of Joe Nicola pulls to the inside, challenging Mike Bacalon for the second spot. The only Ford-powered machine in the field takes over the runner-up position while Kostelnik leads. Jonathan Heilman having the best night of the season. In car number 15, he ran an excellent heat race earlier tonight, now diving to the inside of Bacalon. Heilman looking for his first podium finish of the season, taking away third position. Here comes Bill Henry in the 64. Got his first career win a couple weeks back. And Henry's number 64 machine is on the march forward after he started deep in this field. We're working lap number 8 of 20, and Henry is fighting for fourth with early race leader Mike Bacalon. Bacalon nearly loses it. 94 of Dustin Blank making some contact with the 48 of Mike Bacalon that time. Bill Henry has cleared both of those machines all by himself in fourth as the crossed flags are displayed halfway. Leader Adam Kostelnik in the 05 car. Points leader here in the Subway Street Stocks and points leader in the Lincoln Welders Modifieds. He is the leading winner in the division. And Joe Nicola in the 69, the only other driver with more than one victory this year. He's riding second with Jonathan Heilman in third. What a night for Bell Vernon's Jonathan Heilman in the third position. He's only made a handful of starts in 2007, having an excellent night. Bill Henry is fourth, and look at the fight for fifth position. Mike Bacalon, once the leader of this race, nearly 3 wide out of 4. Dustin Blank on the inside, Sean Phillips on the outside. He makes a lane change, and a wise one on lap 12 to avoid 3 wide contact. Dustin Blank breaks the back end loose in the 94 car, trying to go 3 wide on the back straight now. Sean Phillips, the Subway Challenge driver of the night, looking to move up as Bacalon has held off all challenges at the moment for the 4th position. Make that the 5th position. Sean Phillips in the 31 car, a championship contender this season, and the 94 just in front of him of Dustin Blank. Bacalon with now a 2 or 3 car length advantage, holding the 5th position. Adam Kostelnik's lead margin is shrinking with 5 laps to go. Kostelnik's 05 car with only about 2 car lengths now ahead of the Nicola 69 machine. It will be Ford versus Chevy to the checkered flag tonight in the Subway Street Stocks. Joe Nicola and Adam Kostelnik both starting deep in the field, both up front and leading by about 6 or 8 car lengths over third place Jonathan Heilman's 15. Three laps to go in the 05 of Kostelnik, holding a slim 2.5 car length advantage out of turn 4 this time. The Volkmeyer Racing Monte Carlo number 05, which was badly damaged last Saturday night after Kostelnik went to victory lane a week ago here at Motordrome. And with 2 laps to go, Nicola was close enough to touch the rear bumper of the leader out of turn 2. In turns 3 and 4, more rear bumper contact, and Kostelnik hanging on to that machine. Nicola nearly made inside wall contact. It's the final lap, all bets are off. And that lead contact fails to shake the points leader out of the number 1 position. Jonathan Heilman in car 15, now riding in second. Now Heilman will try a last lap bonsai pass, but he will not have enough time. Checkered flag will wave once again for Adam Kostelnik in car 05. Well, Adam Kostelnik, in your Victory Lane interview that we played on our radio show tonight, you said to the fans, boy, I wish you folks could have seen a better race even though I won. A race can't possibly get more exciting than that one.
Yeah, first off, hats off to Joe Nicola. I'm not mad at him. He could have took me out. He backed out, let me save it. Like I said, I got into the 48 a little bit, and my tires going down, and just kept pushing more and more and more. And that's just good sportsmanship. Like I said, I'd like to thank Joe because he could have took me out and cost us both the race, but he backed out and let me save it. You know, I mean, that's just good sportsmanship with Joe Nicola.
Hey, good fender bang and stock car action. You mentioned Mike Bacalon. He's one of the guys that got you involved in this sport many years ago, am I right?
Yeah, that's actually my old car when I raced with Mike. And like I said, though, you know what I mean, he's just struggling a little bit. But like I said, right now, man, we're just trying to finish up, get this championships won. And like I said, the car was real good, thanks to my brother. Like I said, we wrecked this car real bad last Saturday. Man, I worked every night till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get this car back together. And you know what they say, man, they're always faster after you wreck them.
Now, as much fun as that was banging fenders, I know the modifieds are exciting. They have open wheels. Is this more fun to get out there and trade paint with somebody door to door than that modified?
Yeah, these are, like I said, these are real fun. Yeah, I mean, they're just oversized grocery getters that we're trying to get around to go in circles. But like I said, yeah, I mean, it's not, no one's afraid to trade paint in this division. Like I said, it's just good, hard racing. And like I said, I couldn't do it without my crew this week. Josh Wetmore, Billy Haberjack, Chucky Slate, my brother. Like I said, Chantel Germack. Like I said, my crew worked hard. We worked every night late on this car because it was wrecked bad. Can't forget Jeff and Deneen Folkmeyer. They own the car. Head Corporation, Stance Transmissions, Dave Mans for helping me out. Tedrick Financial Service stepped up big this week. Like I said, Chantel Germack, again, she helped me out. Dave Mans, if I said him, can't thank him enough. But this one's for the crew. Thanks.
Adam Kostelnik, feature winner again in the Subway Street Stocks. Tommy Beck and Todd Price lead the field to the green flag. We're underway. 35 laps for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models. Last week, Tommy Beck, the winner in the Mara Series 100, taking the point position over Todd Price. Price seeking his career-first Motordrome Speedway Super Late Model feature win as the hired driver this season for the Mans Family Racing Team. Mark Catone into third. Heated action at the back of the field. Cars too wide. The 1 of Steve Black and the 8 of Dan Lewis are side by side in turn 3. Then it's Dave Merrow in the 69. The 11 of Bobby Henry just behind him. The 8 is Dan Lewis and 9 is Will Thomas. Frame sparks in turn 1, and it looks like a parade lap as the second half of the field are glued door to door down the back straight. Challenge now for the Steve Black #1 car. He drifts up one lane and opens the inside for Dave Merrow. These two drivers were familiar combatants in the truck division here at Motordrome just a few seasons ago. And working lap #3, Black holds on to the 6th position. Then it's Merrow, Bobby Henry, Gregory Kelly, and Gary Wiltrout at the back of the field. Tommy Beck with an advantage of 12 car lengths over the 15 of Todd Price as Beck will reach the scoring line to begin working lap #5. The Stance Transmissions, Benz Motorsports entry out in front. In the second position, the D&D Office Plus, Shop and Save, Frankie Day Oldies Show #15 Ford of Todd Price. In the third position, two-time Motordrome track champion Mark Catone in the J&J Al's Construction 31 machine. Back in the field now, lap 6, we have a challenge for position. Bobby Henry has moved around the 44 of Kelly and has now passed the 1 of Steve Black. Henry now knocking on the door of the top 5. He's got fellow Connellsville resident Sean Pilla just in front of him in car 5, and then the 51 of John Messenger. Henry makes an outside move around the 5 of Pilla. Bobby Henry in car 11 moving up from deep in the field, and action behind them. Gregory Kelly in the 44 and the 95 of Gary Wiltrout, both of those cars gaining positions here on lap 8. Will Thomas in car #9, a heat race winner tonight. The former Mara Division champion, mired back in the field. And at the middle of the pack, Bobby Henry challenging for another spot. He's moving to the outside of John Messenger's 51 car. And on lap 9, Henry has cracked the top 5. Messenger falling back into the 6th spot in that race car that is for sale. Bobby Henry closing in quickly on Chad Hemphill in the 18. Excellent run so far for Hemphill. Hemphill took last week off, and the Butler, Pennsylvania graduate of Legacy Car Racing, finding the points leader directly to his inside on the back straight. Hemphill's silver number 18 car, falling back into the 5th spot and feeling the pressure of John Messenger very quickly after Henry passes by. Working lap number 12, Tommy Beck's lead is more than a half a straightaway. Todd Price doing a great job in 2nd position in car 15. This would be a career best finish if he can maintain the spot. Mark Catone in the 31 is 3rd, with Bobby Henry threatening to the outside on lap 13. Problem back in the field, Gregory Kelly gets hit by the 51 of John Messenger. Incidental contact, nothing intentional there, but some smoke from Kelly's left rear tire as he drops back 2 positions. Green flag stays out on the speedway. Bobby Henry has cleared Mark Catone for 3rd position as we're working lap 14. Best battle on the speedway is for 4th. Chad Hemphill in the 18 car. The 51 of John Messenger looking to the inside. They have been door to door for several laps, and Messenger with light contact opens the inside lane into turn 1. Watching those 2 drivers fight, it's the 9 of Will Thomas, who now takes a swift move to the inside of Gary Wiltrout, and the Gregory Kelly machine is apparently not damaged from that contact. He picks up a spot by passing former champion Wiltrout and moves around Chad Hemphill on the same lap in car 44. Working lap 16 now, Will Thomas to the high side of John Messenger as they enter the back straightaway. Thomas with 1 feature win this season at Motordrome, and feature wins at 6 different speedways in his career. At the scoring line on lap 17, Thomas is now in 5th. Mark Catone is running 4th in the 31. Bobby Henry is 3rd in the 11. 15 of Todd Price is 2nd, and the lead for Tommy Beck is well in excess of 1 straightaway, working lap number 18. Best fight on the speedway is for 6th. Headed into turn number 1, John Messenger's 51 car, feeling the pressure of Gregory Kelly in 44. Kelly is a former truck division champion, got a heat race victory this season in car 44, one of the proteges of Bobby Henry. And speaking of Bobby Henry, into turn number 1, Henry takes over 2nd position after closing quickly the gap between himself and Todd Price. Working lap 19, Bobby Henry, the points leader, in the runner-up position, more than a straightaway behind leader Tommy Beck. Todd Price back in 3rd, Mark Catone 4th, Will Thomas is 5th, and on the front straight, Gregory Kelly has completed his pass for 6th, bringing with him the 95 of Gary Wiltrout around the 51 of John Messenger. Best battle on the speedway. Is that for the 7th position? It's Gary Wiltrout on the front straight going side by side with Gregory Kelly. Wiltrout in the 95, the Lint Flooring Stone and Company Megan Ford. Looking to the inside of the D&K Sales Henry Motors 44 Chevrolet. Wiltrout works very closely with young Gregory Kelly as Kelly learns the ropes of NASCAR Super Late Model competition as a truck division graduate. Wiltrout, the 2002 track champion, takes that position away. as we begin to work lap 25 of 35. Leader Tommy Beck is facing two wide lap traffic headed down the back straightaway. Dan Lewis in car number 8 has been fighting for position with John Komarinsky. They're about to lose a lap to the leader in turns 3 and 4. Beck moves to the high side as those cars have now gone single file to the benefit of the Benz Motorsports number 60. Tommy Beck clears Dan Lewis. Lewis now moves back up to the high side, and Beck blazing past feature winner this season, John Komarinsky's 33 machine. Beck dominated 95 laps of last week's running of the Napa Auto Parts 100 and picked up where he left off. On lap 27, the running order looks like this. Tommy Beck out in front. Bobby Henry on the straightaway by himself in car 11. No one in front, no one behind. Will Thomas in car 9 from very deep in this field has taken the third position away from Todd Price. The Colonial Metal Products PI&I Chevrolet of Thomas riding third. Then it's the 15 of Todd Price in fourth, and Gary Wiltrout up to fifth in 95. Wiltrout has passed fellow former champion Mark Catone and Gregory Kelly in the 44 in recent laps to find himself on the scoreboard in the top 5. Five laps to go, the signal given to Tommy Beck. Beck without a challenge. At this point, Bobby Henry has gained just a little on the leader. Will Thomas in the third spot, single file, and a battle for fourth now. Gary Wiltrout into turn number 3, the 95 car. A battle of Fords in the top 5, and he takes the position away from Todd Price. Gregory Kelly in the 44 has now also advanced around the 31 of Mark Catone, who's experiencing a serious loose handling condition in the 31 car. 3 laps to go. Into turn number 3, Tommy Beck has cleared the lapped car of Dave Marrow and his Stans Transmissions. Monarch Oil number 60 machine. Seeing the white flag, one more trip around the speedway, and after early season electrical problems, shut this car off while leading feature events on more than one occasion. Tommy Beck wins the Napa 100 a week ago Friday and gets his third win of the season tonight in car 60, taking the checkered flag over points leader Bobby Henry. Will Thomas will cross the line in third. In fourth, it's Gary Wiltrout, and the battle for fifth will be won by Todd Price over Gregory Kelly. Well, Tommy, just a few weeks back, I was telling some of the folks here in the grandstand that you were a candidate for the Hard Luck Driver of the Year. No more, absolutely no more, as your luck has turned around in a big way.
Oh, we're turning it around. I know the car was always fast, and I just knew good starts help a lot too, but I mean, the car's getting good enough. I'm kind of curious to see what happens when we start the back next week.
Now talk about the setup that's under this car right now and the tire situation. Last week, you had to go 100 laps. Is this car tonight any different on the bottom than it was a week ago for the 100-lapper?
You know, it loosened up a little bit tonight, but that might have something to do with these are the tires from the 100-lapper. So, I mean, if that gives you any kind of idea how good the car is, it's pretty good this year.
Now, some of the drivers this season have won with the open motor. Lots more horsepower, a little more tire wear. This is a crate motor. Tell us a little bit about how this feels from the cockpit as you've driven both forms of car in recent years.
I kind of like the crate motor, but I think it's just like anything else. If you get your program straightened around, your setup's right, I mean, I think anything can work. I wouldn't necessarily count out. I mean, for a while, the Fords had a little bit more horsepower than everybody else, and I think now it's kind of evened out, and you're seeing that in the competition.
And I was just reminded by one of your crew members, for all the young race fans up there looking to start a career in motorsports, let's talk about a little bit your educational background as you were going to college while racing.
Yeah, I was going to college, and I have a degree in mechanical engineering. I have a Bachelor of Science, and it was tough. It was not as tough when I first got out of school. I got a job with Westinghouse, and I was traveling around doing work with nuclear fuel and reactors. So the year we won the championship at Jennerstown, there were a couple weekends where I was in the Czech Republic and I flew back on a Friday and jumped the time zones and made it back in time for the races.
So stay in school, you'll wind up in Victory Lane. How about a chance to thank the sponsors and crew?
I got to thank everybody that helps, Bob Bentz, his dad, Tommy, everybody else on the crew, my mom and dad, my wife. If it wasn't for my wife pulling 2 #1 pills tonight, we might not have been up here, so I got to thank her. I'm actually kind of glad she's not running tonight, get me some good pills. Everybody else on the crew, I got to thank Mike. I mean, we're having a great season so far, and there are, what, 4 more to go? 4 more stickers to put on the roof.
He wants to win them all. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Beck. 40 is Brian Ship, 34 Rich Nicola, 60 is Adam Kostelnik, 9 Rick Huffman, 6 is Tom Frank, 04 Bobby Ship, 97 George Nicola, 68 is John Probanich, and 50 is Mike Opolinski, and Rich Nicola spins, nearly collecting the 04 of Bobby Ship in the inside grass. We may need a caution flag, and we got big problems into turn number 3. Adam Kostelnik in the 45, Bernie McQuillan spins. Have to wait and see which incident caused the caution, as there is total chaos at the start of the Lincoln Welders modified feature. Bo Glemba and Chris Brink on row 1, Jim Nicola and Harry Ofer in row 2. Chris Brink in car 3 out to an early lead. The rookie driver led several laps earlier this season, but has not yet found victory lane at Motordrome. Adam Kostelnik goes for a wild ride through turn 4 in car 60. We do get 1 lap completed, and it's a scary looking one, as there is still wheel-to-wheel action and contact all throughout the field. Bo Glemba in second, Harry Ofer third. Look at the Nicolas battling one another for 4th. Jim Nicola the 5, Rich Nicola the 34. Just behind the Nicola family battle, it's the 9 of Rick Huffman and the 60 of Adam Kostelnik. Right there also the 6 of Tom Frank, who won his heat race tonight. He's feeling the pressure now of the 97 of George Nicola. Adam Kostelnik moves around the 9 of Huffman, and now George Nicola in 97 has passed the 6 of Tom Frank. He's challenging to the inside of Huffman's number 9 car. Heated action in the middle of the field. Nicola, now the second place driver in the point standings, pulling up to the rear bumper of his title nemesis, Adam Kostelnik in the 60, working lap number 4 of 20. Kostelnik trying to make an inside pass of Rich Nicola's number 34 car. Adam Kostelnik now into the 5th position. George Nicola's 97 car taking away the 6th spot from Rich Nicola in 34. 6 laps of 20 now completed. Chris Brink leading the field in car 3. Former Matt Smith modified, now in the hands of a Jennerstown limited late model driver turned open wheel ace. The rookie Chris Brink has led several feature laps, and behind him it's Bo Glemba. And then 2-time winner this season, Harry Ofer, as Rich Nicola spins in turn 1. The 34 of Rich Nicola going around by himself in turn 1 will bring out the caution flag with 7 of 20 laps completed. Evil Gambler leading Bo Glemba, Harry Ofer, Jim Nicola, and Adam Kostelnik back to the green. Look at Glemba dive to the inside on the start. Bo Glemba knows it's a rookie driver out in front, but the rookie not only got a great start, but puts 2 or 3 car lengths advantage between himself and the 2nd place car. Heated fight is now for 4th. Adam Kostelnik is to the inside of Jim Nicola. 5 track championships among those 2 drivers. And Kostelnik completes the pass on lap 8. George Nicola in the 97 now fighting with his uncle Jim for 5th, as Kostelnik may be closing in quickly on the rear bumper of the 01 driven by Harry Ofer. Ofer won the biggest modified event of the season for his second career victory just a few weeks back. And now George Nicola completes the pass of his Uncle Jim on lap 9, taking the sole possession of 5th spot on the racetrack. Chris Brink having the biggest lead of the event to this point. He's running away from Bo Glemba in the 2nd spot. Glemba with just 1 car length between himself and Ofer, with Adam Kostelnik right there. Chris Brink's lead is about 5 car lengths now headed down the back straight. The rookie led numerous laps very early this season. He told me he sets the car up to race in the outside lane because that's where nobody else wants to go. And taking that gamble as well as the gamble of turning to open wheel racing, we've nicknamed him the Glenn Campbell Gambler. And he has led the first 11 laps of this 20-lap Lincoln Welder modified feature. Bo Glemba 2nd, and now Harry Ofer mounting a challenge. Harry Ofer in the 0-1, wheel to wheel with Bo Glemba's 99, while the points leader watches the battle. Harry Ofer takes over the runner-up spot, and Bo Glemba losing positions as Adam Kostelnik dives into the 3rd position. Glemba, who was 2nd just a lap ago, is now wheel-to-wheel with Nicola trying to hold on to 4th. And working lap number 13, we have a big problem. George Nicola into the 0-1 of Ofer. Bobby Shipp does a great job of driving through the incident, and George Nicola will sit stopped in turns 1 and 2, bringing out the caution. The rookie leading the 3-time champion back to a green flag. Seven laps to go. Tom Frank going 3 wide on the back straight in car 6, gaining positions in a big way. The young Ohio driver storming up into 4th spot after that heat race win earlier tonight. Up front, Chris Brink in car 3, the rookie, leading the 3-time champion Adam Kostelnik in the 60. Best challenge for the lead at the scoring line. Chris Brink leads by a wheel with 5 laps to go over Kostelnik. Bobby Shipp in the 0-4 went to the tail of this field after involvement in the first caution flag incident. He has caught the lead duo as Kostelnik diving to the inside of Brink, and Bobby Shipp right there to challenge as well. New leader with 4 laps to go is Adam Kostelnik. Bobby Shipp in the 0-4 stormed back up through the field and is fighting for a runner-up position. A great run also for Tom Frank in 4th. Heated fight for the runner-up spot behind the points leader. On lap 17 of 20, Bobby Shipp has the 0-4 car planted into 2nd, and Chris Brink will spin from a top 3. George Nicola goes high to avoid contact, and heartbreak for the rookie. Tom Frank is 3rd, looking for a career first victory, and the green flag is out with 3 laps to go. Of 2 laps to go given to the field, Adam Kostelnik's number 60 car appears to have a loose handling condition, while his championship rival George Nicola storms back up from the tail of this field trying to crack the top 5. Bobby Shipp, the former Charger champion in the 0-4 car, sees the white flag, knowing he has only 1 more lap to gain 3 car lengths and make a pass of Adam Kostelnik. Out of turn 4, and another Motordrome Speedway double. Adam Kostelnik wins the Lincoln Welders modified feature and the Subway Street Stock feature in the same night. Well, Adam Kostelnik, these double feature win nights are starting to become old hat to you, aren't they?
Yeah, they're nice. Like I said, a night like this, after the week we had, you know what I mean, this feels good. You know what I mean, I'm tired, but this makes it all worthwhile. You know, like I said, we worked hard all week, and like I said, we dodged a bullet, man. That's some rough racing, but it was exciting, you know, and no rubbing and banging all through the field. Just good, clean racing. You know what I mean, no one took no one out, and hard racing, man. That's a good, exciting race.
A lot of these guys you've raced with so long, you might know their moves already, but you approached a rookie in the lead tonight. When you come up to somebody you're not so familiar with, does that leave some questions in your mind?
Nah, Chris does a good job. Like I said, he likes to drive it in a little high, and I knew I could get the line. I knew we were a little better. It's just being patient and not doing nothing stupid. Like I said, we got lucky. We hit the 45, but like I said, smashed up the front bumper a little bit, but that's just cosmetic. We'll fix that.
And a chance to thank the sponsors and owners of this team.
Yeah, I got to thank Buzzy and Donna Viglione. They own the car. Harry Lazader, he's the engine builder, crew chief. Joe Viglione, Chris and Des Lazader. Got to thank Bull and Machine, Lazader Auto Service, TCI Circlematic. I forgot Tube City Beer on my street stock, but after this week, I'm going to get drunk tonight.
Celebrating the wins as only he can, track champion candidate, once again, Adam Kostelnik. Outside of him, in his second start, Jeff Halfhill, the 77 car. The 4 is female pilot Terry Schwartz in her first ever race. 05 is points leader Andy Giles, and 44 is Mary Catherine Shimko. There's the green flag with a couple of first-time starters out there. Cody Kwarek in car 9 was very close to a victory just a few weeks back. His Dodge Shadow is now feeling the pressure of Larry Vance's Ford Tempo. Kwarek and Vance on opposite ends of the age spectrum, that is. Kwarek fights off Larry Vance, who's now fallen back to third, and it will be the defending champion Dan Jordan in car 32 making a run on the young lion in the lead. Cody Kwarek's number 9 Dodge leading lap number 1 as he led several feature laps in recent weeks. Dan Jordan's Buick in the high lane of the Speedway trying to take over the lead. Larry Vance still very close to the lead duo. And officially, Dan Jordan leading by only an inch at the scoring line. The scoreboard is correct. Behind Vance, look at Jeff Halfhill. Halfhill in his second career start into the 4th spot with his Dodge Daytona. Andy Giles, the points leader in the 05, heads pit side. He lost a right front wheel in heat race competition and now retires from the feature. This is an 8-lap event with 3 completed. Dan Jordan, the leader, goes way up the racetrack, and as he tries to save it, he loses his lead advantage over Cody Kwarek in the 9. Jeff Halfhill in the 77 car, or if you look at it from one side, you might call it the 7 car, closing in quickly in 3rd spot in his second start. Larry Vance is off the pace in car 28. The 87 of Dan Kovalan will gain a position, moving around Vance, who might be headed pit side. 3-car fight for the lead with 3 laps to go. Cody Kwarek in the 9 looking for a career first victory. Dan Jordan many times a winner. Jeff Halfhill, who's only ever raced about 12 feature laps to this point in his career. Cody Kwarek making a serious bid to take the lead back with 2 to go. Dan Jordan in 32 on the outside, Cody Kwarek on the inside. Jeff Halfhill makes a bonsai move in turns 1 and loses some ground. Jordan now with a full car length and a half advantage down the back straight. This is the best action in 4-cylinder competition we've seen in a long time, with the white flag waving. Less than a fender is the lead of Dan Jordan over rookie Cody Kwarek. Kwarek, the dirt track racer who moved on from Latrobe Speedway to build this asphalt car, is going to be the meat of a 3-wide sandwich for the win. Final lap into turn 3. Kwarek's going to let the 2 older gentlemen settle it, and leading only 1 lap in his second start, Jeff Halfhill will take the win. Climbing out of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, he can hear you now, Jeff Halfhill. Well, Jeff Halfhill, in your second career start, you find victory lane. And like most of the people in the grandstands, I don't know a whole lot about you. Tell us where you're from, how old you are, and how you landed in the seat of this number 7 car.
I'm 22 from Connellsville, and I've been helping mag racing for the second year now. And Jay actually had to go to Taiwan to do some work. He won't be back for a little while. And Matt was nice enough to let me drive it.
Now the car was pretty badly damaged the last time Jay drove it. When you got in the first time, was it 100%?
Well, I don't know what it felt like before because I never drove it. I mean, I made a couple adjustments, and it was definitely a lot better this week than what it was last week.
Usually it's a veteran driver that uses patience and waits till the last lap to win. You only led maybe 200 yards of that entire feature. Is that the way you pictured a first win happening?
Well, patience wins. So.
And it did tonight. How about a chance to thank the sponsors?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Tri-State Flooring, NOAC Refinishing, Kansas City Saloon, Westside Lube and Tire, most importantly, Mag Racing, and Matt Gardner for letting me drive his car.
He salvages what could have been a disastrous night for Mag Racing by finding victory lane for the first time in the American Flyers division, Jeff Halfhill.